Enthusiasm is an internal attitude of eagerness, earnestness, devotion, engagement. It's the commitment to stay positively, passionately engaged with your responsibilities for the long haul. Let me read that to you again. Listen closely. Enthusiasm is an internal attitude of eagerness, earnestness, devotion, engagement. It is the commitment to stay positively and passionately engaged with one's responsibility for the long haul. David had an enthusiastic heart. Enthusiasm will carry you forth in life and service to God. It's what keeps you going the long haul. There's a difference between enthusiasm and excitement. You can be excited for a moment and it passes, but enthusiasm, the actual original word means in theos, in God. And so when you're in God, in relationship with Him, He sustains something of an enthusiasm for what He's called you to do, what the purpose of your life is all about. This past Friday night, we had the opportunity here at our church of celebrating 20 years of a ministry called Celebrate Recovery. In 1999, I'd been praying about a ministry that would help people who were dealing with hurts and habits and hang-ups in their life, and I discovered some curriculum called Celebrate Recovery, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't have the time myself individually to start the ministry, but I wanted to see it launched and moving forward, and so I'd had some conversations with a gentleman in our church who had a similar passion to help with this, and so I called him into my office after a Wednesday night service. We used to have Wednesday night services every Wednesday night, so I called him into my office after service one Wednesday night. I said, I want to start this ministry called Celebrate Recovery. And the man's name was Craig Brown, and Craig Brown came into my office. We had that conversation. I said, I need this start. I really feel like it's time to start this in our church. Would you do this for me? Would you take this curriculum and just start working it, and let's see what happens? And 20 years later, every week, consistently, who's been in Celebrate Recovery, working that program, Craig Brown has been there every week for 20 years, doing it, 20 years, Listen, anybody can do anything for that long. Are you hearing me? It doesn't take much of anything to do something that long, but it takes something in your heart to do something that long, It's got to be in your heart, And Craig Whisper, I had the chance of speaking Friday night there for the celebration, an amazing, wonderful celebration of 20 years and lots of lives that have been changed and testimonies that happened. And while we were sitting there in the service, I was sitting next to Craig, and he whispered over my ear, I can't wait for the next 20 years, Isn't that good, Can't wait for the next 20 years. That's the kind of heart that God is looking for.